Hey, welcome back to my spiritual therapy. It's Miss Mocha, your spiritual therapist. So today I'm coming, it's like a part two from what I did yesterday. I've been studying Deuteronomy when the children of Israel were preparing to enter the promised land. Well, they were getting prepared for the promised land, and God was giving them through Moses all these rules, kind of like rules and regulations. And so I'm doing this because I feel like he's getting ready to get me to my promised land. And so I'm trying to recap what they went through to see, what I'm going through or why I'm going through, because it's real intense right now. I'm in like crisis mode right now. So I do want to say, as a side note, if anyone out there can donate to me, I would greatly appreciate it. I'm still taking donations because right now, of course, he got me out of work, he got me without a car, he got me losing my home. So it's like, this is why I'm reading Deuteronomy, because what he did with the Israelites, he kept moving them from Egypt through the wilderness to their promised land. And I believe that's what he's doing with me, because he keep moving me. I barely even get to stay in a place for a year before me and my kids gotta go. And right now I feel like he getting ready to move us again. Mind you, we just moved from the last place I was staying at in March, right after the baby came. And so now it's like the baby ain't even 6 months yet, and I think he calling me to move again with my kids. And so this is prompting me to read Deuteronomy again, because I did videos on the Israelites, their background, their history, how they were led, or what happened to them in Egypt, how God rescued them, took them out of Egypt, killed off their enemies, took them through the wilderness, taught them, prepared them, coached them, disciplined them to prepare them, his chosen people, for the blessing, the promised land that he had for them. And so I did a mini series on it, which I'm gonna turn that into an ebook. It's just taking me a while. I got life be life, and okay, I got so much going on, but it's a great story, especially if he's told you that you're one of the chosen ones, one of the people in the Bible. It's gonna relate to you heavy. So anyway, he kept moving them from place to place to place, so the enemies wouldn't get them, so that he can get them where he needed them to go. But first, he needed to prepare them for what he needed them to be, and for what he needed them to do in the promised land. And so I feel like that's what he's doing with me, because he's constantly preparing me, working on me, testing me, putting me through trials, putting me through hardships. He refuses to let me work. This is my only work that I can do. This is why this is the only thing that is consistent in my life. Well, besides, me being a mom to my kids, of course. I'm a woman of God, and he has me teaching what I learned from him through, from the Bible, the handy dandy Bible. Of course, I'll keep this with me all day, every day, because he really told me I'm one of them. I'm one of the chosen ones. And so I'm speaking to the chosen ones out there, the 144,000. If you part of them, then you know what I'm talking about. You're going through this, or you will be going through it. And it's like he's going to keep testing you, keep trying you, keep instilling the fruits of the spirit in you, keep moving you, keep just, it's hard. It's very, very hard. That's why I be asking for donations. I be asking God, to help me with what I need, food, stuff for the baby, all of that. I don't have support. I don't have family. I don't have the tribes like they had in, the good book here. And so it's like, I don't know what to do. If I can't work, I don't know what else to do. That's all I've known how to do, was go get a job, even though it has never been enough. Never mind that child back there. She been on this screaming rampage for like the last 2 days. Ever since I've been studying this girl been acting crazy. But I'll tell y'all about that another time, because there's a reason why I have extra hardships right now. But yes, so if you could donate, please continue to donate. I really need it. I'm really in a crisis right now, but I'm reading Deuteronomy because I know that God is getting ready to take me to my promised land. So I read yesterday verses out of Deuteronomy 10, a little bit of 11. I skipped around kind of. So I'm going to go back to some of the verses in Deuteronomy chapter 11. Hold on real quick. Okay, so Deuteronomy chapter 11 verses, I'll start with 13 is where I think I left off. And it shall come to pass, if ye shall hearken, hold on, because I might need to be pausing. I might even need to make 2 of these videos, depending on how my girl do back here. Okay, verse 13. And it shall come to pass, if ye shall hearken diligently unto my commandments, which I command you this day, to love the Lord your God, and to serve him with all your heart and with all your soul, that I will give you the rain of your land in his due season, the first rain and the latter rain, that thou mayest gather in thy corn and thy wine and thy oil. So to me, that is talking about when you get to the promised land, he will make sure that your land is, flowing with the milk and honey, that you don't worry about food or water or anything like that, or growing your crops in the rain and all that. But what he doesn't talk about is in the wilderness, or being guided out of the wilderness to this before you get to the promised land. What happens? Because that's where I'm at, in that little gray area where I'm waiting on him for everything, for finances, for food, for clothes, for homes, for vehicles, transportation, all of that. Can if I can't work, can my son work? He even pulled my son out of work. He pulled his child out of school, just how he pulled me out of school. Every time I get her into a school, we move her something happens, we lose transportation, she can't get there. I literally try to call to get her on the bus. Do you know that school did not get back to me? It's like they didn't even want her there. God is pulling us from everything of the world, because it ain't about what's in the world. It's about what his world is, his word, what he is saying, where we're going. He teaches us, he provides for us. And so it's hard, because waiting on him, it's like we down to scraps. Like we have to go without food sometimes. That's why I be coming on here asking. But I always ask God before, can I ask for donations? And if he doesn't give me a hard no, then I get on here and I ask, like I'm asking now, because we're literally down to scraps. I'm all out of funds, like I've said before, but yet he provides. If he doesn't provide it directly, he'll send someone to provide to us. And so that's just what I'm hoping for today, because this child need diapers. Thank God we got, milk for her, but we, like the kids, help me, thank God I got milk for her. But these kids need to eat. Like I said, I'm out of work, my son's out of work, it's summertime, my daughter's at home from school all day. It's crazy. Y'all know how much kids eat, and I got 2 big old a teenager and a grown son, plus me, and the baby needs like diapers, wipes, and stuff like that. It's like, where's this coming from, Lord? But I'm holding on. I'm not getting stressed out. That's why I can still be happy and still smile, because I know God gonna provide. He always do. But sometimes we will have to go without eating. We've done it before, and it's not a long time. Like, he don't let us die or nothing, but it's hard to go without eating, especially for the kids. I could do it. I don't want to do it. I hate to do it, because I love food. But if I have to, I will sacrifice and go without eating so that they can eat. Or like my son needs stuff like for his allergies. He allergic to the environment. He allergic to the world. So he stay on the Zyrtec pills and the nasal spray, and it's like when he run out of that, he gets sick. So it's like he don't got that. What am I supposed to do if I don't got the money? That's why I be like, I don't want to say I'm desperate or begging, but I come on here to ask for donations because I can't work and get it myself. And I know people probably talk about me and laugh at me or whatever, but I don't care. I have these kids and they have needs that I can't provide. So I'm asking for help through God, through the community, through whoever, to help me until God blesses me all the way. But it's gonna cut off. Let me do a little part 2 so I can finish up what he tells us in Deuteronomy before we get to the promised land, okay?